Hello students, welcome to you all in this new session of class 9. Today we will start our first class of Civics chapter 2 Constitutional Design. Students, as you noted earlier that in a democracy the rulers are not free to do what they want. There are certain basic rules that the citizens and the government have to follow, and all such rules together called constitution. So students, in this chapter we ask some basic questions about the constitutional design of a democracy, like why do we need a constitution, how are the constitution drawn up, who designed them and how, etc. Students, first we discuss about the democratic constitution in South Africa. Here we will get to know how the people of South Africa got their freedom and formed a unique constitution for their country. Students, as you already heard about Nelson Mandela earlier this class, but I am quite sure that how do you know him? Because he was the first president of South Africa and he was sentenced to the jail for 27 years for opposing the apartheid system in his own country. Do you know what is apartheid? It is the very system where people are being discriminated on the basis of their skin color. Now we will discuss the story of South African people, how they got their independence and how they formed their own constitution. In the 17th and 18th century, the white people occupied their land by forces and ruled there very inhumanly. The black people have no permission to go to the places where the white people used to go, like school, college, then ground, buses, trams, cinema halls, toilets, and even churches where the white people worshipped. So in this way, the black people were tortured brutally, and at last the all black people and even some white people came together under one organization, and it is the African National Congress, and fought against them and got their independence in 1994. Then all the black leaders said to the fellow black people that we have to build a new South Africa, and thus after 2 years discussion, the oppressor and the oppressed people come together and formed a new constitution for the country and made a history to the world. Though it was very tough, but it was happened. This constitution gave to its citizen the most extensive rights available in any country and said nobody should be excluded and no one should be treated as a demon. They agreed that everybody, the blacks and the whites, should be a part of this new South Africa, and thus the South Africa formed a new constitution for their own country. Students, I hope you understand this discussion, and I hope you enjoyed the story of South Africa, how they got their constitution. Now I will discuss one more thing, that is why do we need a constitution. Actually, constitution helps us to govern a country. It is the guidelines by which we can govern a country, not only about a country, even a club, an organization, a cooperative society, or a political party also need to have a constitution. A constitution does mean many things. First, it generates a degree of trust and coordination that is necessary for different kind of people to live together. Second, it specifies how the government will be constituted, who will have power to take which decisions. Third, it lays down limits on the power of the government and tells us what the rights of the citizens are. And fourth one, it expresses the aspirations of the people about creating a good society. So thus we can understand why the constitution is so important. All the countries that have constitution are not necessarily democratic, but all countries that are democratic will have constitution. After the war of independence against Great Britain, the Americans gave themselves a constitution also. And after the revolution, the French people approved a democratic constitution. So since then, it has become a practice in all democracies to have a written constitution. Students, I hope you understood all the discussion. If you have any problem, we will discuss in later. So today's discussion is up to here, and if we will discuss the next things, the rest of the things of this chapter in our next class. Thank you for this class. I hope you all enjoyed this class. Thank you very much.